and Claude don't, but woo, that's a lot of jumping around for Phoveus.
I'm excited to see the Phoveus, though. We talked about it in the first game that we didn't get to see a lot of him. At least I didn't on this past week, but Phoveus can really get in, like we talked about with Ling. He can get in that back line with that blink and really disrupt what they're trying to do with these sets, especially getting in that back line and dealing with a marksman or dealing with a mage that gets caught in one of his spells there. So
maybe a little bit of pressure on mid. They're assuring themselves the lead though right here by taking over the mid lane. I love when supports help clear the mid lane first. That ensures they get the lead though. Lance is gonna walk over there after blue by himself.
AE Jawhead are pushing out, making sure that Ling gets his blue there. Barca coming in deep, which might cost her, but she does have the escape there. But Ling is not letting her get away without saying, "Listen, you got to be careful. I'd play a little bit."
He zoomed over there, didn't he?
And I'm curious to see what happens with Phoveus and Claude up top, too. That's going to be a...
I think that's the best choice. Claude doesn't have a dash, and he's going to get a little bit of the ranged autos on him. It's just Phoveus... Oh, Claude just walked into Phoveus. I don't know how that'll go for him, but... oh, man. Oh, Jawhead's super low. He's going to have to go back for sure.
Jawhead's got to pull back, and Ruby coming up. She's going to try and pinch. No, she's actually going down to mess with the red. Jawhead stayed. I think he's going to pay for this.
Oof, he gets out of town. Good stuff. Now, a little bit maybe of pressure on the red. I just don't know if it'll be enough.
I love the invade here right now, knowing that that was a good retry, right? Ling pushing him back off. Ruby does have to come back, but I like the invade there, knowing that Jawhead was low and had to push off. Ruby saw that and did put some pressure on. So I think that was a smart play on Red's part.
Every time Lapu hits that passive, he gets a shield and gives Esme more health. So that's a war of attrition. Claude is a little bit low in health
right now. Top lane on Claude here. I don't know if he's going to try and help out with
I hope they don't go for that.
Phoveus or what, but...
Oh man, it looks like it.
For it. I don't know if Claude's gonna come out.
A little bit of poke to give Claude some breathing room. Now he doesn't have to back on that exact wave. Come on, oh man, oh goodness.
Good play from Claude. And Turtle is up now, so it's you know who's gonna make the rotation here. Ling, it does look like he's gonna push off and probably try to get his blue, which he's going to. But Lance invading now, knowing Ruby's up there, but Jawhead's there to help.
Interesting. Farsa's already there with the ulti ready, and they're in a choke. That's going to be really good for Farsa if she does ult. Red's got domination of this blue right now. Lapu's already rotated first.
And who did
ulti's in. Oh, great ultimate from Esme.
What a set. Nice job, Esme. But everyone's down in health points, and they can't push off. Phoveus coming in. Can he clean up? Ruby's hurting here. Esme's trying to get to Ruby, but she can't. Ruby flickers out. It does look like they're going to have to go back, so AE might get a turtle out of this.
Blue definitely takes turtle off that. At least I hope they do. Pushing in for blue just to get a little bit of range on it, make sure nobody's going to counter it. But they haven't started yet.
Esme's going to come up here and try to zone out. Probably try to poke a little bit here in the blue, and it doesn't look like they're going to take turtle yet. They're going to wait.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I feel like that was a little bit of hesitation. I would have loved to see blue started. Lapu's not on the map. You got 3 people off the map. Take it. If not now, win. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I think that was a good time for blue to take it, but... You know, they're playing safe. Like we said, we talked about both these teams. I think they're both evenly matched. Jawhead with a good throw there against Ruby. Lunix trying to clean up here. And Farsa there to zone out and protect. But now Ruby's got to go back. So this might be the opportunity they're looking for.
With a question mark on it. You see Esme starting to eke out an advantage in this lane in Lapu. It's just going to happen straightforward. T, can we pull up the items, see first item builds for these guys? I'm interested in how they go.
And we are going to see AE take this with ease. 4 now on Turtle. They do take it with the red tree. Phoveus just doing his thing in top lane right now, right? Which is just forcing Claude to stay there. He can't rotate down. And he's playing smart, using the turret. So you see S2 push here 3 deep, but they can't do anything. They are going to dive here, but I think they're going to pay for it with Jawhead coming in.
Oh, no. Man, Claude always scares me, and I always forget he has that dash out.
Yeah, so I actually think that's going to be a better match than I thought it was, the Phoveus Claude up top. I really thought Phoveus was going to have him, but you're absolutely right. He does have that escape ability with that skill. So I honestly think it's a good
marksman start winning that lane until Phoveus can all in him. Which
but here comes Phoveus. We talked about this, right? Absolutely huge play from Phoveus.
Fighter into marksman when they both have their ultimates. Fighter's generally always going to win.
And he's got my flame shot, right? So it's a beautiful thing. Good attack there with Lance.
Right to trade back. I love that. So you saw them make a play on the top. Okay, red makes a play on the bottom or mid lane, right? We keep trading back and forth. Lapu's trying to dirty farm the bottom lane. I think that's kind of smart because he doesn't want to take Esme into the minions. You're always going to lose that. So I think it's a good way to kind of get away from her because you can't lane against her. Farsa just locks in Clock of Destiny. He's going to roam down. Let's see what happens. Just 4-man on Esme,
the sustainability from Esme here, and I think S2 knows it, so they didn't dive there. They knew that would have been a mistake. That would have been too confident. So we talked about earlier, these teams are both evenly matched. I really think you're going to see a more smart, passive gameplay and not get so aggressive. Jawhead does push mid. He does throw Lapu, but nothing comes out of it. Lance is going down to AE's red, and they're trying to steal it, but Ling does push back.
Caught off right here.
Ruby's
Ruby's
coming
rotating over. Gets him out of dodge. Nice. Absolutely good. And I think there's a little bit of difference between like top level teams and a little bit lower in the standings. The aggression, being able to punish when your team makes a little bit of a positional error, when members have to go back, taking something on the map, using every little thing you have to eke and chip away at the other team little bit by little bit.
Phoveus rotates down, and it looks like we're going to have a huge clash here. Ling barely gets out of bottom lane. He's hurting, so he's going to have to push back.
Looks like Phoveus is going to go down here. He's still jumping around, doing crazy things.
Ability. We talk about it. Look at
this. He's still in.
Jawhead going in, trying to clean up. Absolutely huge from Phoveus. Jawhead throwing it back, says, you're not getting out of here. Lunux takes down Ruby. That was a huge play from Phoveus.
Phoveus in this game. So many of the heroes have dashes. He's going to be able to jump and jump and jump again and again and again. And man, he's going to have a fun game. Even though he was 4v1 right there for a good 6-7 seconds. And he almost got out of it.
He did. He did get taken down, but look at what he did to the team, right? Like, if there was anyone there from AE to go up there and clean that up, that would have been huge.
Hurdle, we'll see which way this goes. Both teams are back, so it's not like any.
It's a good clash. Ling pushing in. It looks like AE's going to zone this out. They may push off and try to reset it, but they have Phoveus up there, right? He can zone everyone out himself. Ling comes in, takes over the retreat. Good call.
Every time, Lance is just going to give him more.
Lance is in trouble. Phoveus is going after him. Ling is going after him. He's not letting him go away. Phoveus takes that away.
Oh, what a pick by Ruby in the top lane. Get them both under turret. I don't know if it'll mean anything, but what a grab. Excellent play.
Both hypers go down here.
Oh, Phoveus is back in, though. Oh, goodness.
There's that wasn't Lapu. He looks like he's in trouble. He's a little bit extended.
Yeah,
Ruby's
he's not
going to
be happy right there.
Esme has just got shield after shield, and Phoveus is there. This might be in trouble. If Esme dives this could be rough.
Let's do it, boys. Let's go. Oh, but the pull, and it's a little bit disjointed, and Phobos gets picked. Wow.
So right there, we talked earlier about Ruby being able to pull Pharsa out of her
Esme goes in late.
That's exactly what she just did. Pharsa,
she may get punished right here.
There.
I don't know if the damage has enough, but they're both giving her shield. She gets out. Yeah, that's the trouble with Lapu. Every time you hit passive, which is activated by autos and skills,
this is a big dive here, trying to go
give her
for
shield
it
again. Oh, she may dive back in when those minions get low. He's gonna give her shield. There it is, back in. Oh man, he gets out again. Lapu is 3-0. So this is an amazing time in the game to be Lapu. No, absolute. He's got Bloodlust, he's got War Axe, and he's going to do a lot of damage. Now he's got to go for some MR, I would guess, or maybe some Heal Cut, but that's going to be his next itemization. Red team dives Lunox. I don't know if they'll get her because of the ulti, and she's out. But they did get turret.
Putting a lot of pressure on mid right there. Claude, was working top lane, trying to get... He needs his equipment, right, to actually do some damage here. And he went bottom lane, and Jawhead was there, so Claude is having a hard time farming.
Ooh.
He uses his ult to get out. Phoveus doesn't care. He dives in deep. But Phoveus does pay for it with Pharsa's ult. Claude does get away. That's a good play for AE there.
If you play League, Lee Syndrome. Phoveus had a little bit of Lee Syndrome right there. Too deep. Even though he could maybe get the kill, you dive into 3 under a turret. It hurts. Right?
And Pharsa's got the distance there, right? She can sit under that turret and ulti and still be able to put that damage down.
So looking at the goal, we're 2k up at 8 minutes. That's not a huge advantage, but it is a little bit. Like a couple more item completions by, a little bit. It looks like Lapu is going for heal cut, and that's going to be good into the Esme and the Phovo. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out.
S2 really putting pressure on bottom lane here. They are all deep.
Huge damage on Lunox. She's down. 2 members are trapped under turret.
Mage. Ling has to push off. Ling cannot go here. This is gonna be huge for S2. Phoveus
is going again, 5v1.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, again, a little bit like pushing your hero a little bit further than he needs to go. And sometimes when you start losing the game, you try to do too much with your hero, and that's a case of it right there. Diving in again, 5v1.
He did, and AE's down to 2 players right now. If S2 wants, but Esme, look at the push from AE right now. Esme up on top lane, knowing that they're probably going to lose this Lord. So if I'm going to lose Lord, I'm going to take some of your turrets.
Right, but we don't see either team really push into that next objective really smoothly, like to go back and kind of reset and then do it. It's a little bit slower of a pace, right?
Ling did dive in on Pharsa there, and it does look like he is going to get the finish with Pharsa. Ruby coming in, but sets Jawhead there with the ult.
Ooh, that Lapu's in a bad spot, man.
And
Ooh, he
Phobia's
flickers
coming
out.
back out
Nice.
again.
At least Phobos doesn't dive under that turret. Ruby's there to catch him up. I'm glad he didn't go even further. Maybe see a Lord take by blue here. Interesting. They're kind of jockeying back and forth with one down. They have a man advantage, so maybe take a fight here.
It doesn't look like Claude's going to push up
goes
Claude. So Ling, smart move here. Ling cleared top lane, which forces the minions there, and now the marksman has to go take care of that.
Has to respond, absolutely.
You might see AE push for Lord here, but S2 is doing a great job. I mean, they are putting their, they put Claude to go up on top to clear that wave, and now they're going to rotate towards Lord. They do not want to give this objective up.
Ooh, good stop to the Lance right there.
Barca with the ulti out, but it looked like it was just a little too deep in the lane there.
Oh, they actually got the Esme down.
Farsa does come down and get that Esme kill. That was a huge play on Farsa.
Excellent. 2 men down. Will they take Lord now? Oh, Roman for the third, maybe.
Do they want to ISO Phobius here? They know he's a threat, and they do. Phobius is caught out.
Now I want to see a rotation to Lord right now. Start it right now. Get it going.
If Ling can get their hyper, if Ling takes out Lance
he's going for it. Lance has got to get away. Oh,
Lance
he gets
away from it,
barely.
too.
But that removes their chance to get a retry onto the red team, so I don't think they'll go for it because Ling can just come in and steal, you know? So he did buy them.
S2 is going to push blue here, and they're going to make sure that Ling can't get this jungle, but
oof.
Ling's still in there, and now he's got some support, so he might come up here and retry this.
Jawhead continues to get caught out. The second time, he's kind of been in the bad place at the wrong time. And they're taking blue off of him. Ling won't get blue buff here, I don't think. He does have retry, he can't, maybe. Good set. I love to see that. Nice. Claude's all over the Ling. He does get the retry down and gets in, get out. Nice. Phobius is in. They're low. They're going to have to dash to get out.
Get some help here from Esme.
Oh, no. Oh, man. I want to see them collapse on that. They've gotten red so low a couple of times and just barely couldn't finish it. I can't wait till that lines up.
Opening up top lane, right? Forcing S2 to have to push top lane. You can tell that AE wants this Lord. They're making the right plays to set Lord up. It's just that S2's playing such a good job countering.
Oh, Lance is in a little bit on that. I don't know how that'll work out for him. He gets away, no one harmed. Oh, Ruby in that.
Nice. Ars is in trouble here. I think you're going to see Esme leave, no problem. But now Jawhead has to go back too, so...
Oof, rough team fight here. Could go either way. Oh, Lance pops the Esme in the backline. Nice. Phobos here won't do much more, but the Lancelot's already on Lapu again. Oh, and
Lapu taking out Lunix. That's a huge play right there. Phobius diving deep for Lapu, but he gets stuck with the Ruby.
No, not again, Bobo.
Ruby there.
Woo, Lapu turned around with that stun right on the dive.
Out of the own turret, and it doesn't matter. Now,
I'd love to see this Lapu
gameplay for the fight, so...
Red maybe starts Lord here. They brought it out, but Lance tanking Lord is not going to feel good. And they don't have really hard tank. Ruby's coming over to soak some of that up. So maybe red team takes it here.
I think 7-0. They know right now that Phobius and Lunix are out of this. I think red's going to collapse here. Claude's going to push over, probably decoyed up. That was a good play on S2's part, pushing Lord there. Phobius with the ult again, just trying to take it, but it does look like Ling comes up, retries their blue, does get the blue.
Back off a little bit. Don't get caught right here before Lord comes out. You know, don't take a death right here. Doesn't like Phobius is in, but they're outnumbered. Claude has a little bit of
Phobius is deep. He's too deep. He's in with 4 players.
He's too far behind now. Phobius is 2 and 7. You can't dive alone anymore. It can't happen.
You got S2 rolling up mid right now. Ling comes out and takes out the hyper. Huge play there. Farsa's a little bit late on
Lapu's
her
in deep.
Lapu has to push back. Ruby has to push back.
Low health bars.
But you've got Lord coming bottom lane now, who hasn't been contested yet, and all they're going to do is rotate from mid to bottom and get that extra tank, get that Lord, and sit behind him. S2's got a real good play here. They're staying with it. They are taking the jungle now. They're playing smart. They're saying, all right, they're all going to have to focus for Lord. We're going to take their red. We're going to take their blue. We're going to rotate to top lane and try to get another turret out of here.
I think red team got a little bit focused on the team fight right there, and I think they had to fight when they were pushed in on, right, with the Phobius diving them, but after that, maybe focus around the Lord a little bit. Lapu gets another easy kill on Esme. He's so far ahead of the pace right now. 8-0, when you get ahead on Lapu, it feels so good. It doesn't even matter that Esme is going to get a little bit of shield back anymore. You got so much damage. See, can you bring up itemization? I know he's got Bloodlust, he's got War Axe, he's got Dom Ice. What else does he have? And Athena's. Oh, what a build. 10K
so AE right now, I mean, they're down 10,000 gold. They really need to sit back in their base. They need to farm. Phobius is going real deep, and I like the plays Phobius is trying to make, but he's underfarmed right now, and he doesn't have
some help.
They don't have the team fight from AE. They need to go back to the base. They need to farm here.
And you would think that Phoveus and Esme would kind of be diving together, right? Because they're both dive heroes, and then a Jawhead joining in. But it seems like Phoveus has dove too deep, and Jawhead has been kind of caught out of position. And Lunox doesn't have damage right now. She's sitting at 1 and 4. So who's going to do the damage at this point if Ling isn't in there, right? Nobody. So without him and that kind of trio factor, you're just going to get popped with the other team being so far ahead in itemization.
See, like, this is a team fight here you don't want to take. You don't have your hyper. Ling is doing a phenomenal job of top lane right now. No one's there to stop him. Taking turrets.
Got another one.
This is what we talk about with Ling. Being able to rotate around this map. Like, Claude has to recall back. Has to put some pressure on him, which opens up.
They're saving grace right now, honestly. Having that split push pressure is so huge. Ling can transition on the map so quickly. I'd love to see him using that.
They definitely need it because they're down in gold. They can't take these team fights, so objectives is what AE has to focus on. And we
fight apart.
That Lord there, so I think that was a real good play. Finally, a real good play on the side of AE right there.
Absolutely, man.
Here's that big team fight.
A little deep again.
Out of pocket. She's not getting her ults to land on anybody.
The red team's just going to roll through this fight again. They need to get out as soon as they can. Oh, it might be a wipe here.
It doesn't look like they're going to get away. Ruby's trying to stop him, but the only one left is Esme, and we all know what happens. She can just keep shielding and keep shielding.
So Claude is dead. I don't know if they can get a turret off of this.
Now, so I do think Claude needs to be there for those team fights.
Absolutely. Keep farming. As far as Claude goes, keep farming, man. Get those last 2 items, and then come in and wipe the team. You know, this guy, all he's doing is clearing lanes. Most of the time, he's been in a couple of team fights, been in a couple of positions, right? Most of the time, he's been clearing minions, right? And then as Red kind of resets the map to take Lord, push up those waves again, lock Blue into their base, and then come back to Lord.
So we talked about the durability, right? The picks that AE went with on their draft, and we talked about how tanky they are, and they are. They're getting out of some of these huge team fights, but they don't have the damage right now.
Too deep here for Red.
Big team fight.
Great pick. Got
Ruby's
Ruby.
in there
Yes,
doing
finally.
what they can, but Phoveus just takes her out. That was a 5-on-1 against Ruby. There was nothing she could do.
I want to see him keep going.
This might be a big push here for AE.
Going.
Now with Ruby gone on the side of S2, AE's got a chance.
I think
and
AE
is cleaning up, shutting down Farsa, but they're not done yet. Lance is in trouble. Lance gets shut down by Jawhead.
Ooh, Claude got him.
Back. Claude does get in there and take
Claude's
down Lane.
a problem right now, though.
And Claude is
roll him back.
absolutely
Got a
coming
stun
back. You
to
are
push him in.
100% right. It looked like AE was finally coming back. And Claude just rolled in there and said, not today.
Yeah, a little too deep. Not enough focus on the true damage dealers, and they get a 5-man wipe. So I do think they'll just take turrets here and possibly in the game. I don't think there'll be any Lord plays here. They don't need to. They can push through the top lane and probably roll the base right here. Yeah, that's going to be game.
This will be it here. They've got some minions. They'll clean this up.
Both these guys have a lot of damage.
We talk about those mistakes, right? It looked like AE was doing good in that team fight, and I really think they were. And then Claude, we talked about him finally farming up and coming up, and Claude just came up and cleaned up everybody there.
That Lapu gameplay into the Esme, a true counter for Lapu. I love you. I love you. I love you. Fantastic performance from him. Honestly, got in and disrupted the team. I want to see a little bit of change in the draft here to kind of shore up these weaknesses. It didn't feel like we had a lot of comfort picks here. I may be wrong, but it felt like playing on a little bit out of comfort here because it just know the limitations of their heroes. Great game from S2. Really did work in that. So I think you're right. Isn't that your team, Tank?
That's my team. I'm 100%.
That's your team. Dang it, man.
Tonight. No big deal, guys.
Dang.
So I agree. I just think that S2 played well there. I think both teams were evenly matched, but you could see